Hey everybody, this is Scotty with Sketchy's Garage, and today we're painting the motor. I'm going to go over a couple masking tips and tricks for you, and how to go about painting your motor at your house. First thing we're going to take a look at is masking off an engine. As you can see right here, you kind of got a step up from your head to your intake. A lot of people will want to take and run just one piece of tape along that whole edge, and then what you end up having is a bleed through area right here. The paint's going to bleed through and you'll have a spot right here and a spot right here. So to avoid that, you just take and use a couple different pieces of tape and you just run it straight to your edge, then fold it over and fold it over. Push it up in there real good. Do the same on this side. And then we'll run us a piece of tape across here, and that'll minimize that area right there where it's going to blow through. Have a little spot that's ugly. And another area that's always fun to mask is your flat surfaces. I found a little trick that makes it really easy. Is I just take I think it's called a tack hammer, and I just walk around and slowly tap on the edge. You don't have to hit it hard at all, just a little bit. Just like that. You'll have a nice cut surface. On this motor, we're going to epoxy it first, and then just put base coat, clear coat on it. It doesn't take any kind of special paint or nothing. Just as long as you use a good epoxy and a decent base coat and clear coat, you won't have any issues. I'm going to finish masking it off, and I'll come back and show you the rest. Just finished masking it off, blew it off good. Fixing to apply the epoxy primer. All we did really for prep is we washed the motor down with some lacquer thinner and then went over everything with a scuff pad. You want to make sure you get in your crevices real good, get them scuffed up. Also want to make sure you get your freeze plugs, because that's the first spot it'll start to peel every time. And if you got a steel freeze plug, it could give you problems down the road wanting to rot out. And that's always the worst, because it's always 3 o'clock on the side of the road in the middle of bumfuck somewhere. One thing you also want to make sure you mask off your starter spot, because if not, it could give you electrical problems. Alright, I'm going to apply some epoxy. We're going to go with 1 coat of epoxy, 3 coats of gold base, and 2 coats of clear. Whenever you guys think you're done, grab you a flashlight and look around. With all these raised and ripples and ribs and stuff, it's easy to miss a spot. You don't want a different color playing peekaboo on your motor. So I just go over it, look at it real good, take a look at your freeze plugs, make sure you got good coverage on them. A lot of times right here, you'll miss a spot. Make sure you get them covered up real good. Same with the bottom side of the block by the freeze plug. A lot of times you'll miss that area. Most of the time I would roll the motor over on the engine stand, but this motor's got oil in it, so I don't want to do that, because even if I drain the oil, for some reason it always just wants to seep out of somewhere. So we just leave it like this and do the best we can. Got a couple little spots on the touch up. Alright, we're going to let this flash off and then we'll base it in about 15 minutes. Okay, everybody, it's been about 20 minutes. We let this flash off. We're fixing to put the first coat of base coat on it. He decided to go with gold. Him and his wife got an anniversary coming up and he asked her what she wanted. She said she wanted some gold, and he's got a little bit of a sense of humor. So I hope it works out for him. We'll see. Next year might be gold and diamonds on the anniversary. Alright, let's put some base coat on this. Probably gonna only go with 2 coats of base. It's covering real good. We're using Glazerite clear, or Glazerite base coat. But as you can see, whenever we're painting the motor, there's no rhyme or reason of the way to do it. You just kind of hit all your edges and corners and rolls and ripples the best you can. Me personally, I love it when the motors have an outside color on them, or a color from the outside of the car on them, or the interior color. I think it really just adds a nice touch. We're going to let this flash off and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Alright everybody, we're back. The first coat of clear is flashed off. And to be honest with you, I'm not really feeling it. It's just a hair too dull for me. So I'm gonna go back and put the special recipe in the gun and adjust it some. See if I can get it to where I want it. I already mixed it up. We're gonna spray it again. I knew we all was friends and I couldn't pull that trick on you guys. So, let's try this again. Alright guys, we're going to let this flash off and then take a look at it. Hey everybody, we're back. The engine's flashed off from its second coat. It looks like the secret sauce worked out for us. It's the sheen that I was really going after. I think it turned out really good. As you can tell, we ain't got no bleeding on our corners where we masked off. It's the little details like that at the end of the day that just make a real big difference. Make a car look just that much better. Just shows you put more time and effort and energy into your product. If you guys want to know what the secret sauce is, just leave me a comment below and I'll let you know. Thanks for watching.